If you are interested in becoming an agent of Care Health Insurance, contact Ashwin 9849194366 and contact K.A. Kumar, Care Health Insurance Planner and National Insurance. Cell 9849194366. wininsure9@gmail.com, https://www.winsure9.weebly.com, and for videos, click https://www.youtube.com/ashwinin9125 insurance videos. Okay, welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to be acting as your dedicated insurance planner today. Look, choosing a medical plan for your family isn't just about picking a famous brand or a premium that looks cheap at a glance. It's really about building a robust safety net. Together, we're going to walk through a structured checklist to evaluate exactly what your health coverage needs are to ensure your family gets complete protection. And just a quick foundational note before we jump in. If you're looking for a great opportunity in this field, remember to contact Ashwin at 984-919-4366 if you're interested in becoming an agent of Care Health Insurance. All right, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at your family's health requirements. Second, the scope of medical coverage. Third, reviewing the hospital network. Fourth, claim processes and support. Fifth, premiums versus policy value. And finally, adapting to future needs. Let's start with Section 1, your family's health requirements. The foundation of any solid medical insurance decision starts right at your dinner table. I mean, you can't buy the right protection if you don't know exactly what you're protecting, right? You really need to evaluate these 8 core points before you even start comparing companies. We're talking about the age and specific medical history of every single family member, existing conditions, and any regular treatments. But also, look ahead. Do you need maternity-related benefits for a growing family? Or maybe dedicated senior citizen coverage needs for your aging parents? Mapping out these specific requirements, along with what you can actually afford long-term, is your absolute first step.
I see this all the time as an insurance planner. It is incredibly easy to get distracted by a shockingly low price tag. But we have to step back and ask, does this plan actually support our daily lifestyle and healthcare realities? If it's missing the mark on your family's specific needs, well, that low premium isn't a bargain, it's a liability.
Moving right along to Section 2, Scope of Medical Coverage. Please do not just skim the marketing brochures. You have to dive right into the actual policy wording to analyze the essential medical features. Look closely at daycare procedures. Are modern treatments that don't need a 24-hour stay covered? What are the exact room rent terms? Are there sneaky limits that could force you to pay out of pocket just to get a private room? Also, check for specific nuances like organ donor-related benefits and restoration limits. These are the details that define the true strength of your coverage when you actually need it. Now, a policy might look absolutely perfect on paper, right? Every benefit you could want. But if you can't access care conveniently when an emergency actually strikes, it's pretty much useless. That brings us to Section 3, reviewing the hospital network. The absolute key here is to actively verify the network hospital lists. You want them near your home, sure, but also near your workplace. And if you're covering dependent parents who live in another town, you must ensure they have seamless access in their specific city too. Always check if your trusted, local preferred hospitals are on that list. And this is huge, verify that simple, cashless claim procedures are fully supported there. Knowing your go-to hospital is easily accessible brings serious peace of mind. Let's move to Section 4, claim processes and support. Let's simplify this. There's a fundamental difference between the two main types of claims. With cashless claims, the hospital coordinates directly with the insurer for approvals, which saves you from massive out-of-pocket expenses. On the flip side, we have reimbursement claims. That's where you pay the hospital upfront, out of your own pocket, and then gather specific paperwork for the insurer to process so you can get paid back. Understanding this difference is vital, and honestly, it'll save you quite a few gray hairs. Here are the exact steps to ensure a smooth claim process without errors. Step 1. Intimation. This just means immediate hospital notification to your insurer the moment someone is admitted. Step 2 is either following the direct cashless approval steps with the hospital desk, or if you're paying up front, gathering and submitting your reimbursement documents perfectly. And finally, Step 3 is claim tracking. You need to use digital or offline support to effectively track your claim until it's fully settled. Now, if you are filing a reimbursement claim, your paperwork has to be flawless. As part of a quick summary checklist for organizing your essential insurance documents, you'll need the correct claim forms filled out properly, all original medical bills and receipts, the complete discharge summaries from the hospital, and your policy ID cards. Missing even one of these essential documents can heavily delay your payout, and nobody wants to deal with that while recovering. Here's a surprising fact that catches a lot of families off guard. Buying a policy today does not mean every single condition is covered tomorrow. Health insurance relies heavily on timelines, so let's do a step-by-step review of policy waiting periods. First, you usually have an initial waiting period, often around 30 days, where only accidents are covered. Then comes the specific conditions waiting period, which might delay coverage for non-emergency surgeries, like cataracts, for a year or two. Finally, there's the pre-existing diseases waiting period. So if you already have a medical history of something like diabetes, you'll have to wait a specified number of years before treatments for that are covered. All right, Section 5, Premiums versus Policy Value. This simple summary table is a fantastic way to compare long-term premium costs against the total policy value. You always want to weigh the cost factors, like your premium amount, copayments, and deductibles, directly against value factors, like your total sum insured, room rent conditions, and renewal continuity features. A policy might offer a super cheap premium today, but if it limits your room choice or has terrible renewal terms, it's terrible for long-term premium sustainability. Finally, Section 6, Adapting to Future Needs. A true family medical plan is not a static document. It's a living safety net that needs to adapt to your changing family life stages. For example, a growing family starting with a basic floater plan will eventually need to add new family members and secure maternity cover. On the other hand, a real-world case study we often see is a family caring for aging parents. Eventually, keeping everyone on one floater becomes too expensive, and you need to select adequate senior citizen medical coverage by moving your parents onto their own separate policy. It's all about adapting as life happens. So, to summarize our key criteria for a successful family medical plan comparison, never just check the premium, read the wording carefully, focus entirely on your family's actual medical needs, ensure your hospital network is solid, and pick a plan that offers genuine long-term continuity. I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. Take 10 minutes today to actually pull out your current policy document. Review it against the checklist we just discussed. Does it truly reflect where your family is at right now? Make sure it does so you can avoid any stressful, expensive surprises when an emergency happens. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. I hope this helps you make an informed decision. As promised, if you are interested in becoming an agent of Care Health Insurance, contact Ashwin 9849-194366. And for personalized planning, contact K.A. Kumar, Care Health Insurance Planner and National Insurance. Cell 9849194366. winsure9@gmail.com, http://winsure9.weebly.com. And for videos, click https://youtube.com/@Ashwin Nalari 9125 Insurance Videos. Stay safe and take care of your family's future.